Before we start on our topic, we'll just have a short review on square roots. For example, the square root of 4, you have to think of a number multiplied by itself to get 4. So that would be 2. For example, another example is square root of 25. You need to think of a number that if multiplied by itself would be equal to 25. So that will be 5. But sometimes in the course of computation, especially in quantum physics, a square root of a negative number would come up. For example, square root of negative 25. So there's no number that if you multiply by itself would be equal to negative 25. Even negative 5 times negative 5, if you multiply, it will be positive 25. So mathematicians came up with the idea of I, or an imaginary number, where I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Now I squared would be the square root of negative 1, and if you square it, so the square root and the square would cancel out, you will have negative 1 for I squared. So so we have now I is equal to square root of negative 1, and I squared is equal to negative 1. So for example, we have square root of negative 25. We can separate this into two factors. Square root of 25 times negative 1. So we can separate the radical. It will be square root of 25 times the square root of negative 1. So the square root of 25 would be 5, and the square root of negative 1 will be I. So your square root of negative 25 is now 5i. Another example, let's say square root of negative 18. We can separate negative 18 into 3 factors. For example, square root of 9 times 2 times negative 1. So we separate into radicals. So square root of 9 times square root of 2 times square root of negative 1. Now square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 2 is still square root of 2, but square root of negative 1 would now be I. So square root of negative 18 is now 3 square root of 2i. Now let's discuss about complex number. A complex number is of the form a plus bi, where a is the real number and bi is the imaginary number. So this is the form. For example, we have 2 minus 3i. That is an example of a complex number. And then another example of complex number is 4 plus 5i. So for example, if we multiply these two complex numbers, we do a FOIL. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5i is 10i. Negative 3i times 4 is negative 12i. And then negative 3i times 5i would be negative 15i squared. So in here, we can combine 10i and negative 12i. And also this I squared can also be changed into negative 1. So let's do it one at a time. 8. 10i plus negative 12i will be negative 2i. And then this is negative 15. I squared can now be replaced with negative 1. So negative 1. So rewriting it, this will be 8 minus 2i. Negative 15 times negative 1 is positive 15. Now 8, so if we combine 15 and 8, that would be 23 minus 2i. So let's take another example. For example, 4i multiplied by 5i cubed minus 2i squared plus 3i plus 6. So let us first consider I as a variable. So we just multiply. So 4 times 5 is 20. I times I cube is I to the 4th. 4i times negative 2i squared, this will be negative 8i cubed. 4i times 3i will be positive 12i squared. 4i times 6 is positive 24i. Now, let us make a table for I in increasing exponent. So I is equal to the square root of negative 1, and I squared would be square root of negative 1 squared. So the square root and the square will cancel out. So this will be negative 1. I cube, we can separate I cube into I squared and then times I. Now I squared is equal to negative 1, so negative 1 times I. So I cube would be negative I. I to the 4th, we can separate it into I squared times I squared. But I squared is equal to negative 1, so we can replace this one into negative 1. This also by negative 1. So this is positive 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. I to the 5th, we can separate it into I to the 4th times I. Now, we know that I to the 4th is equal to 1, so 1 times I. Or I to the 5th is also I equal to I. Let's say I to the 6th. This will be I to the 4th times I squared. So I to the 4th is equal to 1. I squared is equal to negative 1. So if we multiply 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So I to the 6th is equal to negative 1. I to the 7th, so that would be I to the 6th times I. But we know that I to the 6th is equal to negative 1 and then times I. So I to the 7th will be negative 1 times I will be negative I. Now we can replace the I here with exponents with the values that we have. So 20I to the 4th, so becomes 20I to the 4th is 1, so 20 times 1 minus 8. I cube would be equal to negative I, so negative I, and then plus 12. I squared would be negative 1, and then 24I would still be 24I. Now we can now multiply this one. 20 times 1 is 20. Negative 8 times negative I will be positive 8I. 12 times negative 1 is negative 12 plus 24I. So we can now combine 20 and negative 12. It becomes 8. And then 8i plus 24i is 32i. Let us consider another example. Product of two binomials. So we will do first a FOIL. So 4i squared times 3i to the 4th will be 12i to the 6th. 4i squared times negative 5i would be negative 20i cubed. Then 2i cubed times 3i to the 4th would be 6i to the 7th. And then 2i cubed times negative 5i would be negative 10i to the 4th. So we'll just check, we'll just use this table to substitute into this I with higher exponents. So 12i to the 6th. So I to the 6th would be negative 1. So 12 times negative 1 minus 20 I cubed would be negative I. So let's replace it with negative I. Plus 6 I to the 7th would be negative I as well. So negative I minus 10 I to the 4th is equal to 1. So negative 12 times negative 1 is negative 12. Negative 20 times negative I will be positive 20i. 6 times negative I will be negative 6i. Negative 10 times 1 is negative 10. And then we can combine the whole numbers. So negative 12 plus negative 10 would be negative 22. Positive 20i minus 6i will be positive 14i. So this is your final answer, your complex number. If you find this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe.